what you want to talk about.
How do you feel like this team's responded the last couple of days since Saturday night?
Well, they've done a good job in practice. We're making too many mistakes. Watching the film, we played hard. We just didn't play smart. We just made way too many mistakes. Scouting report mistakes, mental mistakes, mostly on the defensive end, but we wasted 5 or 6 possessions with just crazy shots that we don't practice. So again, for this late in January, we made way too many mistakes against a really good team. We're trying to clean them up, trying to get our guys to understand that this late in the season you can't make those mistakes. And so we've had 2 pretty good days. The guys have responded pretty well. Now I hope we can take that to the game floor.
Is there any update on just how Key is doing?
He's doing well. A lot of the tests came out okay. We still got some more to run. He's resting comfortably, not getting around. He's, kind of laid up in his apartment. But, he'll take a long time to recover here. It'll be a while. But hopefully, like I said, the rest of the tests will come out good.
Is it possible he's back at all this year, or is he done?
I'm not a doctor, but probably not.
In that vein, where's Mookie at?
Probably not. He's going to see a specialist when we're in LA, but he's really got some soreness, and we've done some tests, and it doesn't look like a re-injury or anything like that. But it just, he's been out so long. We're down to 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever we got left. It just doesn't look good.
Is that a foot for Mookie? Is that the injury?
Yeah.
How do you handle minutes now with Shelstead and whoever else?
I don't know. We'll have trouble with some, ball handling responsibilities there, but Jermaine's capable of it. We struggled when Key was out earlier, but Gabe's going to have to be ready, and Jermaine, we've had Brennan handling it some more. It's going to have to be kind of a team thing, but Jackson, have to do a good job, but he's been playing about 30 minutes a game, so he should be able to handle it most of the time.
Going back to the defensive mistakes in particular that you mentioned, how much of that do you chalk up to just kind of reacclimating Dante and Biddle, or if any?
Those guys are experienced, but, we were making mistakes before. These are just, seems like, this guy makes one, and they come off, well, coach only made one, but you add them all up, and all of a sudden we've made 10, and so some of it is, some of it we haven't played that much together. KJ hasn't played with Nate, and Dante, Jackson hasn't. He hadn't played with, because he wasn't in the first couple games when they played. So it's just been one of those things where we haven't hit our stride, and then people say, well, it's February, you should have hit your stride, but we haven't put it together. The guys were really disappointed. I was really disappointed. I'm sure our fans were disappointed with our performance on Saturday, just the mistakes we're making for that late. And so, again, I'm not faulting their effort, but you got to play hard, you got to play smart. And it's not just playing hard, it's playing hard and playing smart. And we didn't do it. And that's on me as much as it is on them. We're in this thing together, and it's on me as much as it is them.
Is the playing hard part of that, is it closer to where you would like than where it was maybe against Colorado and Utah?
Well, I'm not sure we played hard in those games. We didn't play very smart. Not really about our effort, maybe Colorado a little bit, but Utah, we played hard. We just didn't guard. I mean, again, I think I gave the stat the other night. We're 1-6 when we give up 80. This it doesn't take much to figure out where our deficiencies are. Or you can look at the Ken Palm stats. We're 38 offensively and 93 defensively. 93 is not a good enough number. It's not. And so, before, I could always say it was because of our rim protection, and a lot of it was. When Nate and Dante were out of the lineup, our defensive numbers weren't good, and a lot of it was because we were giving such a high percentage at the rim. But now that we've taken that down a little bit, we're giving them up in other areas. So, we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job. The players got to do a better job. We can't make that many mistakes.
Jackson has cooled off shooting a little bit over the past few games. What's his mentality been like, and how have you seen him kind of handle that first, I would call it a slump, but, rough stretch in his career?
Well, I mean, it's awfully hard to, always score, and he had a good stretch there, and, the scouting report. We tilt our scouting report to who's scoring, and he was scoring for us. So, and then we faced, KJ Simpson, a really experienced guard, really good. The kid at Utah played his tail off that day, and he got after him. Then we play Collins. He's really good. Boswell's really good. And they're all older, bigger, physically. So it's been a little adjustment for Jackson. But that's coming. You score and you're efficient scoring. Scout report's going to change on you. And so, people really knew who he was and changed their scouting report. And you could tell in those games they weren't leaving him. They were right on him. And so it's an adjustment period for him. But he had a good practice today. Really did a great job. And whether he's scoring or not, he's still got to set the tone defensively. He's still got to push the ball. He's still got to be the quarterback. So he'll make those adjustments. All freshmen have to.
Of good point guards is Boogie. Just your thoughts on how you did the first time and kind of the adjustments you do the second time.
Yeah, Boogie's back in the lineup, and we're going to have to really do a good job defensively. He's like Love. He's a guy that can change the game. You lose him a few times, he's going to make you pay. So yeah, we're going to have to do a great job, and it'll be by committee. Everybody will have him at some point in time, so they're going to have to do a good job.
Do you sense that they're a desperate team, not much to lose, just how their season has gone and kind of what you're going to be facing on Thursday?
Oh, sure. They're disappointed, and so they faced some injuries. Andy's tried to keep them together. They're still playing hard. They played really hard against UCLA. That was a knockdown drag out on Saturday. So we know they're going to play hard, and we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play well. I don't care. They've lost a few games, but they've lost to what you would consider the top teams in the league. The Arizona school's on the road, and UCLA's playing a lot different. What they've won 4 of the last 5 or whatever they've done. So they're playing a lot different. So they've played a really tough schedule here the last few games. So we know we're going to have to play well.